Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox 2 video, and actually welcome to this year's Christmas special video. So this year I'm going to be making a another colour themed solar system. It'll be obviously Christmas colours, so we're going to go red, white and green colours. So it's similar to sort of what I did 2 years back, but this time it's going to be fully revamped. We've got a new update to play around with all of the customization. So without further ado, we're just going to get straight into this, guys. So let's begin. Right, so we're going to want to pick a star here. So where are we? We're going to want to head to, the stars. Right, who should we use for this? Which one did we go for? I don't want to use anything too big, so I'm going to use Deneb. Nothing too extreme there. So we're going to go ahead and place it in the middle there. So we go, so a nice blue star. I'm actually going to alter its temperature to about 6,000-ish degrees. I want to make it more of a whitish star to begin with, but then we're going to head to the appearance area, and we're going to change its colour. So obviously, like I said, red, white and green are the colours we're going to want to use here. So we're going to be wanting stars like this. I mean, look how cool that is. So yeah, we'll have our first star as, no, we'll have the main star as white. I want the white to be the most dominant colour here. So we pretty much don't need to do anything to this guy, actually. We need to pull it to 7,000, I believe it is, actually, to make it more of a white star. So there we go. So we've got our main star. So I want white to be the dominant colour so we can actually see our planets in all their glory. Right, now we have Deneb there. So this actually has a mass of 19 suns. So I think we should have two normal sort of suns orbiting further out as well. So we'll have a regular sun. We'll have it orbiting about, I don't know, 63 AU out. I think that's a reasonable distance. So we'll have one there. And our second star will be Alpha Centauri B, which will have a little further out than where the sun is at 176 sort of distance. So we're going to put it there. Right, so there we go. So we've got our white star. Then the sun, we are actually going to make this guy red. So where are we? We're going to turn this to red. So there we go. So we have our red star. And then lastly, with Alpha Centauri B, we're going to make this our green star. So we've got our Christmas colours now. So cool we can do this. It is so cool. So let's just get a lineup of what we've got already. So here we go. So we've got Deneb as the super large star here, as our primary star. And then we have the sun here and Alpha Centauri B as our second and third stars. So look how cool they look. And they even, like, the colours they emit are red and green as well. So we'll get to Alpha Centauri eventually and the sun. But yeah, first off, we're going to start with Deneb here, because this will be our main sort of focus for our Christmas themed planets. And then we've got our two orbits there, looking pretty cool already. So yeah, there we go. We'll put a custom background in as well. Why not? So we'll use the Neptunian yellow version, and then we're going to switch yellow to red. So where are we? So I'm going to do that. We're going to switch. And there we go. Stop. There we go. So we're going to put that to red, like so. And then yeah, there we go. So that will just close that menu down and continue. So we've got a sort of like a festive sort of colours here, red and green, looking good. Right, so now we're going to close all that off. There we go, close Deneb's menu. Right, so now we can begin with adding our planets. So this time round, compared to previous years and all of the systems I've made in the past, I can just use random gas giants and make them however I want. So this will be pretty interesting. So we're going to put our first planet about, we'll have sort of like a hot Jupiter quite close to it. So we'll put it about 4 AU away here. And there we go, so this will be our first object here. I'm not going to bother naming them or anything like that, but yeah, here we go. So here's our first gas giant. Obviously, it's going to get pretty roasted up by Deneb there, pretty large star. So, right, here we go. We're also going to want to fix it. Look at that temperature mode as well, obviously, as the planet changes. But we are going to want to head to the... I'm just trying to get used to this new menu. Okay, so we're going to want to remove all the water. We don't want water. How large is this guy? We're going to put it up to about... Let's go about 0.5 Jupiters. Hopefully, that'll stop it from smoking up. We don't want anything too large. We'll go 0.1, actually. No, we don't want it smoking up like that, so we'll have to try and find the sweet spot of where it isn't doing that anymore. So around this sort of size, looking good. We're going to also increase the albedo on this. Where is the albedo now? Anyway, I don't even, because it's all the menus have changed since this update, so I'm actually sure. I'm assuming it's on the surface. Is it on the surface? Yeah, there we go. Average albedo. We're going to put that quite high, so we don't want it reflecting or getting too hot. Right, so there we go. And now, first time doing this, using this method for making a system, we're going to make it a Christmas coloured object. So we're going to pause it. We're going to put it to 0 degrees. Hopefully that will cool it down so we can see what's going on underneath. So then we're going to have a nice sort of 2-colour tone with red and green here. So there we go. Or actually, no, what we could do as well is have white in this. So we can do all these Christmas designs. So I'm going to have a white North Pole. Then we'll have a red secondary. We'll have green in the middle. Then we'll have red again. And then we'll add one more band with white as well. So there we go, just a basic sort of Christmas design already. I'm actually going to make this more of a Christmas tree sort of green, so we're going to darken it a bit. Try and get that real good colour in there. So there we go. That's a good start to what we got. So we've got a nice Christmas sort of theme colours here. Nice red, white and green there. Looking good so far. So there we go. So that's our first planet. Obviously, that's probably going to warm up again, but that's to be expected, obviously, since it's very close to that giant star there. So yeah, we've got to remember as well, this star is pretty luminous. So we'll check its stats out just to show you off. So luminosity is 88,000 suns there. Is that right? I don't remember it being that much. Oh well, we'll roll with it anyway. We can make it work. So yeah, pretty big zone it has. But actually, I think I may actually manually load that. I think that may be a little too extreme. So we're gonna put it to 700 suns. So there we go. It's just something a little more workable, because I think that number was a little too large actually. So I may have made a silly choice picking it, but obviously we can manually change it anyway. So now this object zone only reaches out to sort of where the sun is. So the sun and Alpha Centauri's, their planets won't be affected by this star hopefully now. So yeah, there we go. So we'll leave that like so. Right, so heading back to this sky, I wonder how high that temperature will eventually get to. We'll probably find out later. So yeah, we'll leave that be for now. So we can head on to our second planet. So next up, I'm actually going to use Venus as a template. So yeah, this is sort of like a tutorial of how to like sort of use the update as well, I guess, because some people did ask for something like that. But yeah, here we go. So we're going to put Venus slightly here, because we are going to roll with a Venus-like object. So first of all, we are going to need to remove the surface texture on Venus, because obviously right now, if we turn all that off, obviously it's a little glitchy here because of the amount of stars in here. So we're going to have to sort of make that work. So yeah, Venus is always quite weird when you add stuff to it. It's getting red sunlight from something, so obviously that's the sun over there. How's this guy doing as well? I just want to see what sort of light. So is that only getting light from the main star? Okay, it is. Right, cool. So right, there we go. I'm going to drag Venus a little closer. I want to put it closer to Deneb, like so. So we're going to go all to orbit there. How's it doing now? So yeah, pretty weird. It's receiving light from the wrong star. It's just due to the amount of stars in here. I'm pretty sure, say, if we remove the sun for 1 second, I'm pretty sure it would change the lighting. So if we just go ahead and remove that quickly, so like that, then it gets light from the green star. See, it's kind of weird. And then if we just remove Alpha Centauri B, then it gets light from the main star. It's very weird. It's very, very glitchy. Very, very annoying. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and re-add those guys. So let's just put it out here. So we want the sun just at the edge of the disk there, and then Alpha Centauri. We'll go ahead back and change these guys later, but we'll put it down there. There we go. So we'll leave them alone for now. But yeah, anyways, with Venus, yeah, we can't really fix the colouring on it or the lighting, sadly. That's a game glitch. There's nothing I can really do about that. But yeah, there we go. So we'll just use it for studio mode. Right, so yeah, like I said, we need to remove the surface texture. So we're going to go ahead and turn it into a gas giant and then back to a rocky planet. So there we go. So its surface texture is now gone. So yeah, there we go. Right, now we need the atmosphere. It's really weird navigating around these menus now. So we want surface, yes. So where are we? So atmosphere, put it back to 30. Hopefully that is going to show up. I may have to save and reopen the simulation, but no, the atmosphere is still there. Okay, that's fine. So now we can simply change the atmosphere colour. So we're going to go, what should we go with? A nice Christmas sort of green look to it. There we go. So we'll go with a nice like dark green. So we don't, that's a little too extreme. So I'm going to have a little more of a darker sort of Christmas tree sort of coloured shade object right there. So that curates this. But yeah, just going back to realistic mode. Yeah, we won't be able to see anything. Okay, just checking. So, right, there we go. Interface color. I guess we can make it look more pretty as well. So we'll put it on the green there. Right, and there we go. So can we change these surface colors at the moment? We may have to save and reopen the simulation to customize those. Surface colors, custom. Okay, no, we can. Okay, cool. So, where are we? Flashlight. And then we're going to actually, yeah, we're just going to completely hide all that stuff. So now we can view the surface. So what should we go? Middle, we'd definitely have like a Christmas tree sort of green here. This is actually looking really cool. Polar caps we're going to keep as white, and then the lower elevation we'll have as red, which creates this. So a very Christmassy looking object, I have to say, with all the high elevation. We've got the snow, we've got like the green representing the Christmas trees, and then we've got the red, which in theory could represent red sand or something like that. But yeah, there we go. So if we put that back on, that is all hidden under that green atmosphere there. How should we do it? Should we, I'll leave it around 300 degrees. We'll have it as quite a hot world, actually. So we're going to keep that going there. Okay, so that is our next object done. So yeah, we'll try and steer clear of Venus-like atmospheres, because maybe that'll make things a little more annoying to work with. So next up, we'll go over a good old random rocky. We're going to spawn it a little further out than Venus is. So I'm going to put it there. And then this object, here we go. Okay, so how's this one doing? So 54 degrees, pretty warm. How's it doing with it? So yeah, this one gets the lighting fine. So whenever you start to add atmospheres and stuff, that's where the lighting does start to get a little weird. But let's see if we put an atmosphere on the sky. There we go. So it's working on this one. So it's just the Venus sort of thickness on atmospheres. So very, very thick atmospheres. They just never work well with the lighting. But yeah, anyways, we've got this guy here now. So it's already got water on it. So that could be quite good to work with. We just need to see how hot this guy gets. It's already at 54 degrees. So pretty warm. So we're going to have to definitely have a play around with this. So albedo doesn't reflect any light at all. So we're definitely going to increase that. We're going to put it up to about 1 Earth ATM. Maybe we can make this an Earth-like world. So we're going to put it to 1 Earth ATM. We've got to keep an eye on the temperature. So it's at 54 degrees still. So yeah, we're definitely going to increase that albedo if we need to. But yeah, we're going to click play. We're going to see what sort of temperature it sits at. So put it to 0 degrees. Okay, so it's still warming up. Okay, so it's warm enough to support the water. Okay, so looking good. Right. Awesome. Right, now we can start to make it look more interesting. So first of all, where we need to, yeah, I think we may need to save and reopen the simulation so we can access the app. Oh, no, we just have to close and open the menu. All right, cool. So now let's go over a red atmosphere. There we go. So a nice red atmosphere with this guy. And then the surface we're going to have as more of a Christmas green as well. So I'm going to go sort of around this area. And I want definitely white on the high elevation. Then we're going to go over a very sort of green looking surface on this guy. So we're going to do that. So we've got the green with the red atmosphere and the white snow everywhere, looking good. So now we just need to let the game warm this planet up a bit more so the ice will melt a bit. So there we go. I definitely want less of that ice on there because there's no climate mode anymore. So we can't actually just turn ice on and off. We just sort of have to manually make it work, I think. So where are we? I'm going to decrease the albedo a bit, just get that temperature a little warmer. So how high is it going? Okay, so that's looking better. We'll keep monitoring it through the episode. There we go. So a lot of the ice has disappeared now. Looking good. That's really looking cool, I have to say. Actually, I'm really liking it. The red atmosphere is looking great. And actually, one thing we could do as well is if we put Earth in the name, we can get white clouds, like so. So we can have red atmosphere with white clouds, green surface underneath. And then the way most people do it is they just put the space bar in it just to get rid of the Earth out of the name. So most people just do something like this. And it looks a little silly, but yeah, most people just do something like that. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. We're not really going to focus on the names anyway. But yeah, there we go. So we've now got a nice mix of red, white, and green in there. So we've got more green on this side, but I believe on this side, there was a lot more snowy areas, which is really, really cool. Also, we can customize the high elevation areas as well. So I may have a little play around with that as well. I'm not entirely sure how all these options work. So I'll definitely have to have a little more play around in my own time to get these things to work. But I believe is it this menu? I'm not entirely sure. There's loads of like side menus and stuff you can play around with now, so it's really unfamiliar to me since I've not had a good experimentation with all of the stuff yet. But yeah, we'll leave it as a way it is. Actually, I think it looks fine there already. But yeah, it's all of these menus and stuff that you can play around with to make it look good. But just look how cool it looks, honestly, with all of these menus. I mean, there's so much going on. There's so much to focus on. That's so cool. But yeah, there we go. We'll just go ahead and close all these for now. So there we go. It is weird, I have to say, with all these new menus. It's so cool how far this game has come this year. But yeah, there we go. So that is our next planet. We'll give this one a red trail, make it look a little more interesting. So there we go. Buff it up to a nice red. So we're getting a nice look so far to it. And that Earth is actually quite annoying. So we will actually just, yeah, we'll just delete that Earth bit, and then we'll just have it a little closer to the first name. It doesn't really matter. So there we go. And then we'll just do that. There we go. So fittiness Earth. There we go. So that should still keep the white clouds looking good. All right, awesome. So all right, there we go. So that is 3 planets done so far. Next up, we're definitely gonna have some more gas giants. So we'll go random gas giant. We're gonna put, let's go 1 and then 2. There we go. So we've got 2 more gas giants there. Right, heading to the first one. So let's be a little more experimental with the bands this time. So we're going to slow down time, just so everything's working nicely. Right, there we go. And now with this one, we're gonna add a lot more. We're gonna go pretty extreme with this guy. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. So we're gonna go have white in the North Pole and white in the South. So they're really like that. And then the first color inwards, we're gonna go green. And then so we need this color here. So we're gonna go green and green. Then this color we are gonna go red. So I just want to have like it fairly equal on both sides. We're going to go red, green, red, green. So there we go. So yeah, so let's look at this. I mean, you can just literally have any creation you want. You can really, really make it your own gas giant. So every gas giant you make will be unique in some way. It's so cool that you can do this now. So, right, let's just continue doing this. It's so cool being able to finally do this on video as well. Yeah, so awesome. And look at this. This is looking good already, I have to say. So then we have red, like so, and then red. And then we have white in the middle, like so. Look at that. That's looking pretty cool, I have to say. It's a quick little job. Obviously, I'll make the colours a little darker with the greens. I'm going to have slightly few variations of green in there to make it look slightly different. But look at this. This is so good. So we're going to have a few dark reds in here just to really spice up the different colours this guy has. So, like that. Looking good. I have to say, that's really nice. Nice Christmas theme going on there with the nice colours. And I'd say that is a job well done for that gas giant there. So we'll leave that be. And we'll make it a little larger. We'll make it about Saturn size. We'll put it to about 50,000 in size. So 26 Earths in mass there. Nothing too extreme in size. Appearance, we'll go with a nice interface. So we'll go with a darker sort of green on this guy. Why not? Slightly darker shade of green there. Looking good. So there we go. Right, and then next up to the next gas giant out here. Should we increase the bands even more? Let's do it. Let's really do it. So there we go. So we'll triple it up compared to pretty much what we had last time. So there we go. So we've got a nice plain gas giant to work on. And this one, I'm just going to go completely random with the colours. I'm not going to have any pattern. I'm just going to go completely random and see what we end up with all of the Christmas colours. So let's see how this works. I'm going to throw the reds in first, like so. So there we go. Looking good. So let's just keep adding the reds. So yeah, it's completely random area. So there's the reds. Then I'm going to start tossing in some random greens as well. And just see what we'll end up with. It'll be very interesting. So there we go. We also want to remove those generic colours in here as well. So let's just do that. Looking good. So we can have 2 green bands, for instance. There doesn't have to be any pattern to the way I do this. So there we go. Like so. Ooh, okay, I'm liking this. This is looking good so far. I'm going to throw another red in. Why not? And then another green. Like so. There's quite a bare white area, so I do want to remove that. So I'm assuming it's somewhere around this area. There we go. Looking good. Look at this. So then red again. And I think I'll stop there. So check that out. We'll go with a white trail on this one. But look at this. Just very, very nicely made. It doesn't take any time at all. I mean, making this before this update came out, this would have taken probably a good at least 10 minutes to get this right with all of these colours. I mean, with a basic red, a basic green, yeah, it probably would have taken a lot longer, but now you can just do it in seconds. I mean, minutes maximum if you want to make something pretty detailed like that. I mean, it's not obviously the biggest thing ever with all the bands, but I still think it's quite a decent amount of bands for what it is. So, yeah, really, really cool indeed. So, there we go. I'll leave it like that. So, we've got a nice variation of bands again. And I think, what should we do with this? We make it a Uranus-like object. We could have it rotated on its side. Looks really cool like that. I'm going to leave it like that. That looks awesome. And also with this new update, it sort of lights up the back of the planets easier, but we do have a second star doing it as well to light it up, so it's looking good. I'm liking that. So now if that goes around the star, it'll rotate like Uranus does. We also need to stop it from smoking up. We don't want any of that nonsense. So we'll go ahead and check the stats out. So it's so weird having them all different orders. We're going to remove the water, absolutely. Hydrogen will increase a bit, and then the mass, we're going to double it. There we go. So 10 masses of Earth. That seemed to have fixed it. Okay, looking good. So we'll let that just adapt. Right, how's this one doing? Is this one smoking up? No, this one's at 26 Earths already, so this one should be fine. So okay, that's orbiting on its side. So slightly more tilted than Saturn by the looks of it. But these look really cool, I have to say. Wow. So awesome. So there we go. So that's what we've got so far. Good start, I think. I think now we'll move on to the sun's objects. So there we go. Looking good. I'm really liking this. I think this is so cool. I mean, it makes it so much more fun. I mean, yeah, with all this customization. I mean, look what we got so far. Let's just go down to all of our planets down there. Obviously, Deneb's a really big guy. So there we go. But yeah, just look at these. Wow. They're looking slightly yellow with the colour blending with all these stars. But yeah, without them, yeah, they do look yellow. There's no yellow added in them, though, remember. It's just the light of the stars, which is making the red and the green blend to sort of make a yellow colour. Which is quite cool, honestly. But yeah, there we go. So there's all of our planets. So our Earth-like world is still doing all right. All the water on it's looking good. And then there is our Venus-like world. So let's just go ahead and check underneath. So show atmosphere, that's what it looks like underneath there. So looking good. It's still actually called Venus as well. So let's actually change the name of that. So there we go. Let's just remove the S. There we go. So we got the green clouds on it this time. Looking good. So there we go. And there we are. Looking good. So very, very cool. I'm really enjoying this episode. This is probably one of the most fun systems I've made in a long time. I have to say, I'm really, really enjoying this. So next up, should we go the green or red? And let's go with green on the sun, actually. So we're going to have green there. Ultra greens. I mean, look how cool that is. That is so awesome. So now if we head back to the planet we were just at, does it get a green light on the back instead of more of a white light? So there we go. So there's more of a green glow on the back of this. That is so cool. So there we go. Alright, so the sun's light doesn't really expand much further than that planet anyway. So yeah, there we go. So here's the sun. That ultra green. I mean, how long have we wanted green stars just to be customization? Remember, they're not realistic whatsoever, but just to create custom systems like this. I mean, this is coloured stars. It's perfect for a Christmas theme. So there we go. So there is the sun. Right, so now we can start adding planets here. So what should we have near the sun? Also, we can't have anything too large. But I think I'm going to start off with... I'm actually going to go to a template this time round. I'm going to go to one of my old banded ones. We're actually going to use some of the other ones created for Christmas a couple of years back. So, where are we? Actually, no. First off, I'm actually going to start with some of my old favourites. I'm going to use one of the Gasser objects here. I'm going to use the Gasser Green, the original one here. And I think these objects actually don't work anymore. I think they just cool down. So we're going to place it fairly... So that's the Earth sort of distance. So we're going to place it in the sort of Mercury-Venus area here. We're going to put it there. Right, looking good. Now, it's got 14 masses of Jupiter. So I'm actually going to half that. I'm going to definitely lower that. I don't want anything ridiculous. And that ruined its tint. Okay, so we can't... That won't work then. Okay, we've got to be careful. We don't want to ruin this guy. So... Okay, maybe it will work at that distance. I want to keep its green tint on because it does look really, really cool. So if I click play, I think that, yeah, this guy just cools down. The brown dwarf sort of stage of object doesn't work anymore because, yeah, oh no, it doesn't work anyway. But yeah, there we go. Okay, never mind. So we don't really need this, actually. So yeah, we'll just scrap that. Yeah, the gasser objects are completely broken in this update, I believe. So yeah, well, never mind. So what should we move on to now? Oh, I could use one of my classics. I could use Pascal. Pascal is red and green after all, so I'm going to place that in the orbit of Earth, and I'm going to make it an Earth-like world. So actually, what if I try? If I just search up Pascal, I do have quite a lot of variants. I'm going to try this one. So I'm going to put it at 1 AU away. It's got a purple trail, so may have to retrain it. So I believe this has a broken surface texture, actually. So what does it look like underneath the surface there? It's pretty broken, so it was made from the older version of the game. I'm not sure if it's usable, actually, so no, never mind. I'll have to use the classic one. So we're going to place that there, delete this one, and then we'll work with the older variant of it. So there we go. But even this version is still slightly bugged, so we'll just have to remodel its surface. What if I use the old Casper's one here? Does that one still work with its crazy clouds? Oh, it does. Ooh, okay. So I'm actually going to try using that. So we're going to put it in the orbit of Earth. There we go. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Pascal is like my, it's like sort of my imaginary sort of created world. I guess this is like my #1 planet I'd like to use in systems and stuff. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, there we go. Right, coach. So I want to remove. There we go. Yeah, this is like this is like when I was creating a world way back in the day. I went with a green sort of atmosphere. So sort of the thing I imagined up from nowhere, with a bit of inspiration from other games as well. But yeah, there we go. So atmosphere color. Okay, so yeah, what I want to do is I want to completely remove its surface texture, so it gets a nice new looking surface texture, and it's getting lit up by a green star as well. It's got city lights, looking good. We're going to turn off the habitable mode. There we go. So yeah, the sunlight is green here. It's not yellow or blue or any like the normal colors. It is green. The sun is green, so obviously the planet gets lit up green. It's so cool. But that's what it's supposed to look like. So look how tinted it is with the star. That is really, really cool. So right, so where are we? So I'm actually going to put Earth in the name of Pascal as well. Oh no, that was a complete typo. So where are we? There we go. So that's now got Earth in the name. So it should have white clouds, but the clouds may just look green anyway due to the star. So are the clouds even visible at the moment? Let's have a look. No, there is no atmosphere or clouds visible. Okay. So how are we doing? Okay, so 0 degrees. It's getting cold, so we need to warm it up. So where are we here? That is looking really cool, I have to say. So, right, albedo. We're going to lower that. Ooh, a bit glitchy. Okay. Okay, interesting. So it doesn't seem to want to have... Yeah, that is weird. Oh, no, the atmosphere disappeared. Okay. There we go. That's what we want. So remove the atmosphere. So silly me. Right, we're going to put it to 1 Earth ATM, like so. And hopefully that will... Okay, that doesn't seem to fix the albedo, but we should be able to make it work anyway. But look how good that looks with the greens. So look at... Wow. If we just look at the picture of it, look at that. Oh, that's looking really good. Okay, so now it's warming up. So looking good. Okay, so that elevation now. Let's get underneath there. Honestly, there's not really too much we need to do. I mean, it's already... So if I just make this green... Yeah, that ruins it for me. I'm going to keep it red. So there we go. Low elevation, we'll put it to green. So there we go. Ooh, that's looking quite weird, actually. High elevation we'll have as red. And I'll have it as white, because it's covered in snow anyway. Low... That doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does on the picture up there, but it doesn't really change much for the physical appearance of what we're looking at it. But to me, that is looking really nice. So if you have the atmosphere back... with the white clouds. Look, that's gorgeous. I'm loving that. So we'll leave it like that. And hopefully, so it's going up in temperature. Okay, so that should be all right. I don't think we need to do anything else to it. So we're gonna let time play out, see what sort of temperature it gets up to. So I'm gonna just put it to 20 degrees. Let's see if okay. So can it handle 20 or will it cool down? 10 degrees? Can you handle 10? Oh no, okay. It is warming up from 10 degrees. Okay, so that's fine. So it's orbiting the green star. That is so cool. But yeah, so that's a beautiful looking Pascal. I'll definitely have to remake a custom one of these for this new update. But yeah, there we go. So that is that done. So that's my planet created there. Put that in there. Slightly updated. Right. So next up, let's go over Mars-like world. So we'll make it like a super Earth-Mars sort of crossover. So we're going to have quite a large object, but it's going to be fairly cold. A sort of cold-like desert. So... Okay, so I don't want to use Mars. Okay, so we'll go over random rocky. Yeah, we're going to put it further out. So this is sort of asteroid belt distance from the sun there. So there we go. Right, looking good. Okay, so this is the planet we're going to be working with. Right, so it's already green from obviously the starlight. So yeah, that is really cool the way that works. So right, where are we? Atmosphere color, green or red? Let's go with red. Red atmosphere with a green star. I mean, very crazy. And then we're gonna have it as a white surface, which gets lit up green anyway. So quite a weird looking world. Actually, no, low elevation, green. No, I'm gonna have that as white, and in the middle I'm gonna try green. And then it gives you that. So yeah, there we go. I'm liking that. Okay, so then I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Not as long as it's cold, I don't really need to do anything else. I'm going to put it to about super Earth, sort of. So I'm going to put quite a large little guy there. Well, not little cover anymore, but yeah, quite large now. So there we go, and I'm just going to leave it like that. So that's 2 planets around the sun. I think we'll have a third one around the sun, and then we'll move on. So we're going to go over gas giant this time. We're going to make it quite a small gas giant. We just need to make sure we don't pull it too far. Okay, so the sun's gravity has got plenty of dominance in this area. So I'm going to put it here. There we go. Right, so next gas giant on the list. Right, so we've got this one here. Right, so I'm going to make it about Uranus sort of size. We're going to put it about 21, Uranus, Neptune sort of size. We need to make the mass a lot bigger though, so we're going to put that up to about, put it to about 14 Earths. That's the sort of size of Uranus. We've got that shadow glitch, quite annoying, but it should move if we just move the planet's location. Yeah, the shadow glitch disappears. And that's actually receiving light from the main star as well, which is quite cool. But yeah, there we go. So it's just the shadow glitch is just created when an object is like in between 2 stars. It's very weird. But like the shadow is also where the other star is hitting it, like with its light. It's strange, but yeah, there we go. So this one's actually getting some normal light as well, the white light. But yeah, there we go. So this time we're gonna go over more red focus gas giant. I'm not gonna have green. We're gonna have a red. We're gonna make it like a Santa like gas giant, I guess. We're gonna make it just red and white. So there we go. The white areas are appearing green on this side of the object anyway. But yeah, there we go. So there we are. I'm going to add some more bands in there, and we're just going to make go red, white, like so. There we go. So looking good. I'm just going to leave it like that. So there we are, and then we're going to go interface. We're going to put it up to red, looking good. I think for this guy, we're going to have like a interface. We'll go with like a darker green, and then Pascal will be we'll use that as a green interface as well, actually. So there we go. So look at this. This is looking really good. So there we go. So we've got all of those. We'll have one more object in between the Sun and Alpha Centauri there. So we could have quite a large gas giant here. So where are we? Let's see here. We could go for should we go for a classic gas giant? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go with one of the older Christmas ones, which was created. So we're going to go banded 5 here. So how's that going to work? Okay, so we're going to put it just after dinner, but we don't want it... See, it's got to sort of fit in between the Sun... Oh, no, that's not going to work. I don't think there's a stable sort of area in between the Sun and Alpha there. Okay, so no, we'll just move on to Alpha then. Out here. So the last star in the system. So how far does this thing go? Okay, so we've got quite a fair distance there, but we've got to remember the Sun's presence is also there. So, okay, so the Sun will grab an object from around 300 AU away. So we do not want to be further than like 300 AU. So we want to be quite close to Alpha Centauri, basically. So we're going to move quite a lot closer. Then we're going to put our gas giant about... Let's have it about 1.6 AU. We're going to place it there. So this is a classic gas giant made a couple of years back. It's got a ton of bands, as you can see. Oh, look how organised they all are. All red and green lines. And there it is there. So you may recognise this if you saw the Christmas special from 2 years ago. Because I believe I used it in there. Or was it last year? I honestly can't remember what year I used this one. But yeah, there we go. So that is it there. And it's already customised up. So there's not much we need to do to it. Obviously, interface. We'll go over a nice white for this one. So there we go. Banded number 5. Looking good. So yeah. And also, we need to change the star as well. So interface, we're going to go red. Colour, we're going to go to red. Voila. So there you go. Alpha Centauri B is red. The Sun is green. Looking good. So what does the planet look like around a red star? Let's see here. So there we go. I'm sure it's going to appear very... Wow, that is... Wow. That actually looks really cool. The red sort of tint to it. Wow, I really like that. I have to say, that looks really good. So, banded 5 in orbit of Alpha Centauri there. Looking good. And I believe I had a second gas giant to use as well. Here it is. So, banded 22. We're going to place that a little further out. So, we're going to use both of the older Christmas gas giants from previous years. So, we're going to place that in there. But we just need to be careful of how much mass they have. So, 259 Earths. We're going to lower that. We're going to put it to around... We'll put it to around 24, which is sort of like the Neptune mass area around there. And then this guy, 48, we're going to put that to around 31. There we go. So we've got 2 gas giants in orbit of Alpha Centauri out here. So here we are. So there's this one. So this one's going with a darker green. If we go to the appearance, there you go. So darker green and red there. Looking good. So there we go. Right. Now moving on. We'll throw a few more objects in here. So where are we? Yeah, a lot of my templates are kind of useless now since we can just customize objects from scratch. But yeah, there we go. Right, so Alpha Centauri B. What should we have to finish you up? Let's see here. What should we go with? Any stars? No, I don't want to use any more stars. Okay, we're just going to go over random Rocky this time. I'm going to put it quite far out. Actually, no, I don't want it too far. We're going to have a little further out than Banded 22. Only 1 AU further away there. And this should be our last Rocky of the day. I don't want to put too many in here, but yeah, there we go. I don't want to make the system too filled up. I want to make it still realistic with like the object sort of positions, I guess. I don't want to make it too nuts. But yeah, there we go. So this one, we'll go over white atmosphere. Then the surface, we're going to go green. Red high elevation. Low we'll have as white. So there we go. So that's quite an interesting mix. Actually, the white low elevation, it doesn't look too white after, so it kind of ruined as it's a low elevation. We're going to go red. Ooh, okay, now I'm going to roll with that. That's looking good. That red, that pit area, or that canyon, or whatever you want to call it, almost like a giant crater. That looks really cool like that. So there we go. Right, so white atmosphere on it. Should we go with oceans? No. I think I'm a limited amount of Earth-like world to be quite good, actually. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I don't think there's too much needs changing it. So there we go. So that's now just chilling out here. We'll go with, we'll go with atmosphere. Not atmosphere, sorry. We want to go with interface. We're going to put that to green. This guy will have as a darker green. Something like that. So sort of darker green. And then banded 5, I'm going to keep it as white. So there we go. So there are those guys. So there is our system now. So there we go. And I think we definitely got to throw an asteroid belt in between the Sun and Alpha Centauri there. So that is exactly what we are going to do. So we need to check out how far away the Sun is. So the Sun from Deneb is about 64 AU away. And then Alpha Centauri B is about 127. So we're going to go to the asteroids. We're going to go asteroid belt. Okay, so we're going to want to use... Okay, so we're in AU. We're going to want to use 60... Let's go with about 70 to about 110, like that. Color, we're going to put on manual, absolutely. Now, let's go with a nice green. Let's go with a nice bright green. So now if I click add ring to Deneb, the ring is in between the Sun and Alpha there, but I think I'm going to slightly readjust. We're going to put it to 130. How does that look? I'm going to delete that. I'm going to put it to 80. So if I add rings, there we go. A little too close to Alpha Centauri B actually this time, so we're going to put it to 120. Like that. How does that look? There we go. So there's a decent distance from the Sun there, and a decent distance from Alpha. So I'm going to actually try 115. There we go. Just want to make it a little... There we go. Okay, I'm liking that. So close all that. We don't want to make it too laggy or anything like that. So there we go. That is what I have came up with this year. That's looking good. Should we had any final touches to it? I guess we could go on a moon run, actually. Yeah, let's do it. Let's add a few moons in here. So there we go. So it's our first gas giant there. But okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm not going to add any to that. Actually, let's give it a nice custom trail as well. So let's go have a red trail on this guy. So there we go. Because one thing I like to do in my simulations, I like them to run as well. I don't like to make them too laggy. So there we go. So Deneb's definitely a white trail. Absolutely. So there we go. Right. Okay, so then we had this object. It's not even got a name anymore. Hang on. What if we name it Earth? Because then it'll get white clouds. How would it look like that? They're not really too visible, I guess. No, I'll rate that. No, I'll keep them like that. So we'll just call it, we'll call it Sea Earth for Christmas Earth or something. There we go. So, well, I mean, with this one in realistic, you can't really see anything anyway. Venus objects do not like multiple stars in the system. So we'll just leave it on studio for that. So there we go. That is that one. Then moving out to this one. Okay, so this is an Earth-like world. So we're definitely going to throw a moon in here. Wow, look how good it looks with the multiple stars. I mean, it's receiving light from, I'm assuming that's Alpha Centauri B over there. It's getting some light from. Obviously, it's already got a red atmosphere. You can see it in the image up here. So where are we? Let's just drag that down. So there it is. There's a good view of it. So we've got loads of snow areas, very Christmassy-like world. Red atmosphere, white clouds, green surface, looking good. 100 degrees, that's a little too much. We're definitely going to have to change it. So like I said earlier, we definitely have to come back and check on this guy to make sure it's all in good working order. So surface. Okay, it's weird going... Okay, so albedo. We're going to increase that. So there we go. So click play. How are you doing now, man? So 100 degrees. Let's put it to 50. Okay, so still increasing in temperature. So we need to increase that albedo more to get it under our control. So we're going to put it up to a little higher there. 78 AU. We'll need it to go from 0 degrees. So now it's getting too cold. Right. So we found... So, okay, so we're going to put it to about 59. Now put it to 20 degrees. I don't want you getting really any warmer than that. What about 50? You're going to cool down? No, it's still getting warmer. Okay, so it's very hard to So we'll go 65 AU, because every percentage makes a big difference. So it still warms up. 20. I want to keep it in the 20 to 0 range. That's where I like to keep like habitable worlds. So surface. Okay, so I'm going to put it up to 67. 20.2. How are you rolling now? Yeah, increase time a bit. There we go. 20.2, you going to go any higher than that? Okay, so I may have got it perfect on the dot, I want to say. So 0 degrees. So it warms up from 0, 30 degrees. Does it cool down? It needs to cool down to confirm my theory, so... Come on, cool down. Please cool down. Don't increase. Cool down. 29.9. There you go. So it'll be quite a hot world. Still habitable though. Not too crazy. I may actually... Yeah, we're gonna put it to 68%. So that should hope... No, not 100. 60... No, 0.68. Like that. There we go. So 25 degrees. So I should keep it alright. Don't want to make it too... Okay, we'll put it to 0.6. And then we'll go 0.7... Just, I don't want it, because I think 6.9 as well would be a little too much. So 20 degrees. So how you doing there? You going to cool down, go up in temperature? So 19.9, 10 degrees. Does it warm up? If it warms up, no. Okay, so it won't have it. So what if we change the atmosphere pressure a bit? So 0.95 Earth. So we're slightly lower in the atmosphere pressure there. So it's, okay, so that's still getting cold. And then... We'll lower the albedo as well, so we'll put it to 0.68 again. 0.68, there we go. So, play. Okay, so it's warming up, 20 degrees, will it cool down? I'm hoping it will. You can cool down? There you go. Okay, so that's roughly in the area I want it, so that's alright. And now we can get to the moons. So yeah, with that was a slightly delay, but we got it working, so it's all control with albedo, atmosphere pressure. You really need to balance those two out if you want to get good worlds. So, right, there we go. Right, moon. We'll go with one moon. We don't want to go too crazy. Still sort of base it on Earth and moon. We'll have it... I'll put a moon there. There we go. We're going to make it like a snow moon. We're going to have it as like a snowball. So I want to have water on it, absolutely. So it's very, very dark here. There's a giant star there, but it's very, very dark here. I'm going to remove the atmosphere from this guy. I believe... Is there an atmosphere on it? It's quite hard to see. Appearance. Well, it is really weird navigating around this new menu. Right, That's weird how that's not receiving much light, even though the main star is right there. That's weird, but yeah, we'll just put it on flashlight then, since it wants to mess around. So there we go. Right. So if I remove all the water to begin with, maybe that does anything. Does that? Nah, that doesn't do anything either. Okay, so there we go. Right, I'm going to have it as a very frozen world. I'm going to click play. I want this to cool down. There we go. So it's all frozen up. And then atmosphere, we're going to have it as white. So there we go. Completely frozen, completely white, and that's not that's interface color. We want atmosphere color. So we have to close and reopen the menu. Atmosphere color, white. There we go. So an all snowball world in orbit of our Earth-like world there. That's looking good now. 19.9 degrees. That's all right. Only a little warmer than what the Earth is. And then we've got our snowball world. It's not too large in size. We're going to lower it to about 1,000. It's about Pluto size there. We're going to click auto orbit again just to keep it in place. Looking good. So yes, that's our Earth-like world at 1.37 Earths. That should easily be able to handle this. It's not even one massive moon. So an object larger than Earth with more mass should easily be able to handle a moon with less mass than the moon. So there we go. So there are those two done. That's a nice snowball moon there. Right, now moving on to the next object out here. This is a gas giant. So we're gonna go 3 moons on this guy. So there we go. How should we do this? Actually, no, I'm gonna do it like that. There we go. So 1, 2, and then 3. I'm sort of doing it to that, maybe a little too far away from the gas giant, actually. We're going to definitely move that closer. So let's go on the move menu, like so. Put it there. We're going to auto-orbit once again. Okay, so there we go. So that's a pretty unique distance. I'm going to delete the first one. Then this guy, I'm moving closer. There we go. So auto-orbit again. There we go. So now they're sort of in line with like the way the gas giant's tilted a little better. So there we go. So that's our first moon. And again, I'm not going to make the moon. I'm not going to do any habitable moons or anything like that. I want to keep it more sort of in the realism side. But obviously, it's not too realistic since we already have the coloured stars. But I want to keep it a little more crazy. But that's looking quite cool. So if I remove all the water from that composition, so there we go. Looking good. I'm liking that. So there we go. I'm going to lower the green on it. A little too green. Darken that green a bit. There we go, looking good. So there's that. No atmosphere or anything like that. Trail, we'll go with white. Next one, we'll go with a red trail. Let's have it as more, let's do like Santa sort of colour theme. We'll go red and white, like that. Mid-elevation is white. So there we go, looking good. Gonna darken that red though. Very nice indeed. And then the last one, we'll go with a green colour theme. So let's do like an elf. So we'll go white and green this time. Sort of like that. There we go. Looking good. And then obviously these guys are very insignificant in mass. They will not hurt that gas giant whatsoever. That's way too large in size for them to have any funny business. So there we go. Now if we just let it play out, looking pretty stable. None of the orbits are wobbling. So there we go. We are going to move on. So there's our moon. So that next one over here, Curio over here, we'll give it a couple of moons as well. So let's try this. So we're going to do that. 1 and then 2. Let's have them at quite like curious like orbits. So let's do that. So there we go. And let's do another snowball moon. I do like the aspect of the snow moons. So there we go. And then this one we'll go with a very reddish moon. No blue. No, we need red. So there we go. And then we'll go with a darker sort of red. So yes, that going to be an all red world there. And this one will be an all white world. So then the trail for this one will definitely be red as well. So there we go. Looking good. And then this one will go, yeah, that's already got a white trail. So there we go. So that's an all white sort of area there of all the trails. So that's all of those guys. Then we have the sun over here. I'm not going to put any moons around the Pascal. I'll put 2 moons around here as well. So there we go. Make them all unique as well. So we'll have this moon quite close. And then the second moon we'll put further away at a tilt. Like that. And then this one, I'm going to sort of match the sort of colours of the planet for this one. So we're going to go red and a white. But it's slightly different. I'm not going to go like too crazy with the colours on this one. And then this one, I'm going to have a very dark green. So a barely visible dark green. So there we go. And then I'm going to do very, very dark green. And the high elevation will be red. There we go. So that is that one. Interface, we'll go over dark green. So there we go. So yeah, that was slightly different to matching the planet. And this one does sort of match the planet a little more. So that's going to go over red as well. So there are those guys. No trail around the Pascal object there. So that's all of those. So oh, no. This Pascal's that one. So we're gonna have. Oh, that's looking good. Right, we're gonna have. Yeah, we'll have 1 moon around this guy. We'll go over a very small moon this time. We're gonna put it not too close to it. We're gonna put it there. Looking good. So there we go. And then this guy we're gonna have as quite a snowball-like world as well. But we're gonna have a weird green color in the high elevation like that. So there we go. There is that one done. And then this one will go over white trail. Looking good. So there we go, zooming out. And now lastly, we're heading to Alpha Centauri B, the last star of the day. There we go. Right, so banded 5. I'm not going to have any moons around you. Banded 22, we will have some moons. We're going to go with quite a large, we're going to go over Rocky Planet this time. We're going to have quite a large moon for you. I'm going to put 1 there, then the others will be small moon. So we're going to go 1 and then 2. And actually, just while I'm thinking of it, we are going to save this in case anything does go wrong. So we're going to call it Christmas 2019 system. There we go. So save that. Voila. Just in case. I mean, imagine if something went wrong and I lost all that. That would have really sucked. So I would have had to record it all over again. But yeah, there we go. So, right. Go over red trail there. So this is quite a large one. We're going to really go over an all green sort of theme on this one. So that's blue. Not green, very dark green with a white sort of area there. We're gonna have a dark red trail though, why not? And then this one, it's got some water on it actually, but I'm actually going to we're going to make this a frozen ice world as well. Temperature, we want that to go to -2. So if I slow down time, click play, that should freeze up for us. Looking good, so we don't need to do anything else to that. Appearance, we will give it a nice white trail. Looking good. Then this one, that one's already frozen up as well. I guess we'll leave it the way it is. So we have 2 frozen worlds, and then this very dark green mysterious world there. So they're all of those. Right, then around banded, 22 there. Okay, so they are... Okay, so the larger moon's obviously closer, so that does make the other moons wobble, but the gas giant is too dominant for this moon to do anything. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, we'll leave it the way it is. So that's all right. Looking good. Right, and now heading to the last object of the day, which is over here. So this was the Rocky. We'll have 2... Since this is the Super Earth sort of one, we'll go with 2 small moons. So we'll go 1 and then 2. So there we go. Out there. And then for these, we'll have, there we go, so we'll go with a very red looking colour there. Then we'll go with white, and then red. So red, white, red, which gives us that. Honestly, looking really cool with like the red colours there. And definitely a red trail for you. And then the last object of the day, if we can keep the water on that like that, would be nice. Click play, that's probably going to freeze, so we're going to have to try and lower the water. just so we have a bit of ice, but not too much so it all disappears. So it's got all these pockets of ice now. So now if we do that and have a very reddish colour to it, it should look good. So, okay, so interface is red. Low elevation, got some red to it. Ooh, okay. High elevation, green. Oh, wow. Okay, and with the ice pockets as well. And then middle, definitely white, I think. Oh, we'll see what the other colours look like. So red, dark green. I think white is honestly the best for that. Let's give it a slight rotation as well. Make the other colours a little more visible. Wow, I'm liking that. Now, can we add an atmosphere to it without it causing any nonsense? So we're going to slow down time, click play. I really like the way this one looks. So, appearance, and it's... No, we want surface. You add atmospheres on surface. So we'll go over 10,000 kilograms, so mercury atmosphere there. And then we have to close the menu, reopen it. Now, what coloured atmosphere should we put on our last object here? So, white, red, or green? I'm thinking a faded out green may look quite good, actually. Like a pale sort of green. I think that. I'm liking that. So I'm going to roll that. I'm like, that looks really nice, I'd say. See, there we go there. And there it is. So, yeah, that's them done. Click pause. Got our asteroid belt in here, all of the stars, and yeah, there we go. That is our Christmas system for this year, guys. So let me know what you thought of this down below in the comments. I am very happy with the way this has turned out. We're going to give it a save, absolutely. So there we go. So if any of you guys want this system, you can join my Discord, and then I can probably release it there if anyone is interested in picking this up. So if anyone wants it, let me know, and I can obviously post it in my Discord if anyone wants to get their hands on this and have a little play around with it or anything like that. But yeah, there we go. So there is our system. So let's get a lineup of all the objects for today. So there we go, and I have to say, it's good to be back making systems. It has been quite a while since I've done one, but look at these stars. Oh, gorgeous. So there we go. Put it back on realistic. So there are our objects. So we've got all of them here. So we've got a very nice range of gas giants. We've got two of the classic ones, and we've got some new ones I created today. Then we have all of our planets here. Looking good. We've got our first Earth-like one there. We've got our second one here, which was the Pascal version. Then we have all of these guys. I mean, let's keep it on studio so we can see. But yeah, look at all of it. Wow, this is looking good. All of these moons. Wow, really, really cool indeed. Got some definitely some good size variation in there as well. But yeah, there we go, guys. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this down below in the comments. And yeah, like I said, if you want it, just let me know and I can post it. But yeah, there we are. Definitely let me know your thoughts. Anything I could have improved, your overall opinion on it, let me know what you think. Feedback is always appreciated. But yeah, there we are. Looking good indeed. I have to say, I'm really proud of this. This is a really cool system. And yeah, with this new update as well, it really made the customization so much easier. I mean, we had way less problems today trying to create planets and get exactly the color we want. But with this new update, you can get any color, no problem. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, very, very happy with this overall. And yeah, that is everything, guys. So let's see if we can go for 50 likes on the Christmas system for this year. So yeah, really, really cool. Let's just let that save. Yeah, see if we can go for 50 likes on today's video as well, guys. And yeah, also subscribe if you're new. Helps on the journey to 12,000 subscribers. So yeah, massive, massive thank you again for 11,000. Much, much appreciated. And it means the world, guys. So, so awesome. But yeah, that is all of that done. Okay, and yeah, lastly, guys, make sure you all have a good Christmas, as this will be coming out on Christmas Eve. So make sure you all have a great day for Christmas Day tomorrow. And yeah, guys, I will see you after Christmas with some more videos before the new year, guys. So yeah, with that all out of the way, like I said, make sure you all have a great Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye